how utilized the agent assist is that agent assist actually being followed by the agents themselves when they're prompted for it. All right. So with the historical data also, we can actually blend that with our quality management. Quality management is another feature of OneCloud CX. One of the things that was built on top of it too is the automatic scoring features. Uh, for contact centers, it's important that we maintain a high quality for our agent. Um, make sure they're following the same process each time with those. And the AI can actually sit on those calls, listen to them, look over the transcriptions themselves to make sure that we're following that high standards, and it can automatically score. That way, it frees up a lot of the quality management time from that team, allowing it to automatically be handled inside of the contact center itself. Now, with this, we can actually drill down on this page. I have just kind of at the glance the entire contact center for that over a week-long period of time. But go to the next slide. We can actually select each one of the agents so we can see their overall scores. If we're wanting to figure out, hey, let's check and see why some of these agents aren't doing so well on their resolution, let's say, or their customer satisfaction scores, it allows for that drill down to see, okay, let's go through each one of the little interactions that they had and find, hey, they did well in this one, but it was this one key area that might be an indicator of they might need a little bit more training on for that. That brings us to workforce management. OneCloud CX includes the enterprise grade workforce management built into the system. Workforce management typically starts with forecasting for that one. The AI powered forecasting predicts the volume and staffing needs based on the historical trends over time for your interactions. Once it's been forecasted, we then would then look at the scheduling itself. The AI can look at your scheduling to view your staffing needs, kind of schedule out those breaks and requested days off or anything like that, and help to adjust who needs to be at what service or who needs to be handling what interactions as they come up within the system. And of course, that brings us to intraday management, provides the real-time adherence monitoring and automatic adjustments as needed. So if we get a little bit more higher call volume than normal or a little bit less call volume than normal for the day, it can help adjust those services to make sure that we're always maintaining that high quality across the contact center as needed. This is, of course, all built into OneCloud CX, so it's no separate workforce management system needed. It's all integrated within our same system here. And with that, I've gone over a lot of these features for today for this, but it can do also a lot more. And we'll be opening up for questions here in a little bit for OneCloud CX, but I will turn it back to Ben for now for that.
Thank you, Ethan. Yeah, man, there's a lot of different features that this tool has, and it's really hard to it's really hard to get into every single one of them. So if you do have questions, or if you want to dig deeper, we're more than happy to schedule a call. Some of the things that like we didn't even touch is agent assist, where you can actually record the agent's desktop. What are they clicking on? What are they interacting? We have an outbound campaign that's really robust. It could be blended, so you can do outbound SMS and phone calls. There's a lot of stopgaps that are built in there to ensure things like when you're making outbound calls. If you're in North Carolina and it's 7 a.m., you're not calling California. It's 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and some of those agent screen pops are huge. Now, I did come from a history of being in call centers, so when calls come in, it's good to have a script that an agent can follow. So you can actually pop a script, show that agent information, and guide them all the way through the calls. And personally, one of my favorite things I think is super cool is the intent reports, the ability to, get a word cloud of the most common words that are said across your system in those attempts. I think that's pretty awesome. So with that said, I did want to touch on one last thing here, which is, what does a smooth transition look like? As I mentioned, OneCloud has a lot of different tools that we offer. We are software as a service with a focus on communication. So depending on what your needs are, some of them could be real easy. Right? If you just need a new fax line, there's not a whole lot into it. But if you're considering moving to an omni-channel contact center, or maybe you have a large facility that has a bunch of analog lines that need to be replaced, how you onboard and how you go through that process is important. So here at OneCloud, some of our things that we do right out of the gate is the assessment phase. You'll work with somebody on an installations team as well as a sales engineer to get to know things a little bit better. Evaluate your infrastructure. Make sure that we have all of the key or all of the factors taken care of or thought of before we start the planning phase. During planning, depending on the complexity, you'll end up with a scope of work, and we'll drive through that. And during deployment, you'll work heavily with our project management team to do the installation, schedule the testing and the transitions, as well as handle the training. We offer different types of training. We have an outstanding knowledge base and a ton of videos on YouTube if you want to check them out. We can do remote training, or additionally, we can come on site and do that training. Really depends on your team and what you need to do. And lastly is the fast tracking of deployment. We have the throughput to be able to fast track some deployments for our customers. So if you have something that is large and needs to be handled quickly, we have the team to be able to do that for you. So with that said, I definitely want to open this up. Love to hear some questions. If you look down at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a little hand down there. You can click on that to raise your hand, and one of our moderators will unmute you. With that said, I'll go ahead and open this up for questions. I think Kyle had a question there. Kyle, you still have a question? I can get you. All right. Well, Kyle, if you want to hit me up afterwards, you should have my contact information. Be more than happy to talk to you about leveraging that. All right. Well, if there's not anybody else, again, I value your time. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you signed up for this or you received the invite, you will get a follow-up email with a copy or recording of this webinar today. Feel free to share it. Otherwise, you can stop by onecloud.com and check out our webinars. And thank you. Thank you very much. Imagine that's David, I'm assuming. Thanks for joining us today. Glad that you had us. And all right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Go Bills.